इतना सशक्त मजबूत। All right, welcome back. You're watching Newsx. My name is Vineet Malhotra. It's been a long night for our forces. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has met with the Chief of Defence Staff, the three services chief and the DRDO chief, and has taken a brief on Operation Sindoor. Earlier, India confirmed that it shot down Pakistan's 50 drones through its missile defence systems. While India deliberates a future move, a 360-degree squeeze on Pakistan is in the works, with India presenting its case before the IMF to stop funding for cash-strapped Pakistan. We'll continue to talk about this. We'll get perspectives. We'll get in-depth focus of what exactly is India planning at this point in time and in the future. To talk more about this, joining us on the platform is Professor Madhav Nalapat, Editorial Director of the Sunday Guardian, Mr. Pramit Pal Chaudhary, Senior Journalist, with us on the show as well, Wing Commander Sudhakaran, Defence Expert, former Indian Air Force, also with us on the show to give his expertise on what has transpired in the last few hours. Professor Nalapat, I'll begin with you. Well, if I was to judge India's for the lack of a better word, sir, and for the lack of, I have a limited vocabulary, the smugness that I see in the defence minister's face, it goes on to show that so far it's all positive for India, considering the fact that the social media has been peddling fake news from either side. What do you make of India's response so far? And do you think, with the commotion that we have gotten to see in the Pakistani parliament, and that big IMF meet today, there is a possibility that some recourse will be initiated by Pakistan when it comes to exporting terror?
Look, Vineet, the directors of the IMF, specifically the executive directors of the IMF, in case they sanction a loan to Pakistan, they should be made personally liable for that particular loan being repaid back. Frankly, there is no chance of such repayment. Pakistan has gotten away with it repeatedly by what can only be described as a Ponzi scheme through the IMF. You give loans to get back your money, you give more loans, and now you have China giving it loans and getting back the money through loans from international agencies, where it puts pressure on them to give loans to Pakistan. There is no chance of that loan ever being repaid, not for the next 25 or 50 years, frankly, if the Pakistan by then. So if the IMF passes this loan, then the IMF executive directors and those who passed the loan down the line need to be held personally liable for repayment of this loan. It cannot be through another loan to repay this loan. They've got to be made personally liable. Otherwise, what happens is, for political reasons, for geopolitical reasons, loans get passed by the IMF and it brings a bad name to the IMF. I want to say, as far as India is concerned, no, there's absolutely no reason for smugness. But I'd like to say that we seem to be covering as many bases as we can. For example, in Saudi Arabia, the army chief, I was told, was here on a visit, and he met a senior minister. Now, my point is, we may think the army chief is pretty low down in the rank of precedence. In India, yes. In Saudi Arabia, after King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the army chief is the third most important person in Saudi Arabia. And this army chief has the added distinction of being a very close confidant of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who is running day-to-day matters in Saudi Arabia on behalf of his father, King Salman bin Abdulaziz. So we are covering that base. The reality is, Vineet, as Clinton once said, is the economy stupid. If the economy is doing well, you do well. The Pakistan economy is, to put it mildly, not doing well. And very frankly, this particular escapade that is in, it's only because of one man and his ego. That is Azim Munir. he cannot admit that he made a huge mistake by the Pahalgam terror attack. So long as he is there, he is going to keep trying to justify it and keep trying to widen the conflict. Eventually, of course, he will destroy Pakistan. But it's entirely because of the need for satisfying the ego and the correctness, in inverted commas, of decision of Asim Munir that this war is going on. India has repeatedly made it clear we would like to de-escalate, but if you attack us, we will respond. And each time Pakistan responded by a fresh attack, thanks to General Munir. So, so long as this man is here, the cycle of escalation